Giga iOS had a quiet week, but that doesn't mean nothing has happened. Yes, you might call it the Giga semi-factory, but who's reading upside down and backwards? This isn't Australia. And if it was, I certainly wouldn't have on Mark from the Tesla Life. Sure, Canada and Australia were both part of the crown, but times have changed, and I'm here to have some fun with Mark. We're going to go over all the factory progress, what it means, and why we care. We care because you guys care. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So I don't know if you're familiar with this channel, for we have not mentioned it in almost a week. Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, out there in Nevada, in, I guess, close to Sparks, close to Reno. Yeah, doing the good work from the sky.
Exactly. In the semi factory, like you said, you have to read it upside down to get that out of it.
You do. You do. Semi. That's weird. Hey, first thing I noticed here, do you notice anything that our viewers might find interesting from this picture?
I think
Because,
that
yeah.
Zango's sunglasses are quite
Oh,
fetching. There we go.
so looking at this picture, do you notice anything that might be interesting to our viewers?
Could it be the number of crates that are in the bottom right-hand corner of the photo?
That's certainly one of them. That's all stuff that's been loaded out. The second thing that I saw was, look at how much utility, how much mechanical equipment there is on the roof. This is why they haven't done the solar panels yet. People keep
Yes.
asking why, why don't you do the solar panels as soon as you can? Because you can't. They will do them. I'm confident as soon as they can. Although I would like to see a whole lot more up there on Giga Reno or Giga Nevada,
Exactly.
because it feels like free money.
And we also know that when Tesla puts a new factory together, that typically things move around. They're not locked down to everything. They find that there may not be enough cooling in one area, so you may find that they don't really finish the roof for another year because what they're doing is just testing the loads in the areas that they're operating in, and they'll collect that data over some time and may have to add another rooftop unit or adjust venting or reroute power in certain ways. And of course, that would be tough to do if you already had the panels covering every square inch.
It's a real pain if you've got to undo additional systems rather than just cut a hole.
Yeah.
Getting out here, got a nice view of the, I guess what do you call it, the ramp. Get in a little closer there.
The runaway ramp.
Yes, I had someone ask why are they digging it out, and the answer is it was all dirt, and they need to replace the dirt with aggregate.
Yep.
Right.
Sand of some sort, coarse. I guess it could be some sort of aggregate or gravel, but something that the front tires are going to sink into and slow the momentum of the vehicle.
Something that really absorbs the newtons.
Yeah.
Okay. Out here, not very far out here. If we were to look at the Jayco equipment, we would see far less of it on the outside of the building. That's all the painting equipment.
Okay.
So paint stuff going in. And the real trend here, like you said in the beginning, is look at how much container and how little content there is out here.
Exactly. So things are clearing up, which means, as mentioned, that we've got a lot more systems being pushed into the factory or on top of the factory, and it's clearing out space on this side.
Mm-hmm. And for those who are new here, welcome. I would point out that the reason we're not playing the video, we have permission to play the video. We rarely play more than a few seconds, is because I really want you to go to Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and watch the videos there. You can
And
get
if
to
you
it
like
quick.
what you see, press the subscribe button. Give Zangler a subscribe. It would be
Give him the
helpful.
love. Like his video as I have.
One question, Brian, you mentioned
Yeah,
about the painting equipment.
yes.
Do you believe that there are going to be any more than a white color applied to the semi, or will it strictly, is this painting equipment not for exterior, or is it part of the exterior or something else?
Boy, that's a great question. I have seen semis in a variety of colors, but not recently. At if you go to like the Daimler headquarters, the North America truck headquarters, which is in Portland, they have trucks on display that are decked out in all kinds of livery, but it's all wrapped. So I
Yeah.
don't know what the actual color is. It may be that they all come in white and companies are likely to wrap them rather than paint them. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're UPS, we could certainly put in UPS brown for 10,000 trucks if you like. I know Kenworth famously had all kinds of bespoke colors because those paint flakes were found on the victims of the Green River Killer who worked in the paint shop there.
Mm.
So that's good that I brought that up.
I don't
We've
know why you did, but
Now,
okay.
I've been studying at the School of Tesla Q, so I'm going to show you this, and you tell me what does this indicate?
Oh, that of course means that the factory shut down. There's nobody parking there whatsoever. There's no employees there, and it's either after work hours or or they're shutting down. One or the other.
It's the end of it. The number of cars parked at Giga I West plummeted over Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, there we go.
So
There's
it
the
is
answer.
it is the end. It is the end. Finished. Tesla had a good run, but I told you fanboys that it was going to come back to bite you. So here is this. Does it look the same as previous weeks or different?
It looks a little bit depleted, I would say. It's not completely, but it looks like they
This is a
are
photo from,
hollowing out some of it.
yeah. So this is the photo. If you look around the orange boxes here, you'll see quite a few other boxes, and now they are not there. So they have been packing this stuff inside compared to last week.
Progress. Good to
Progress.
see.
Yeah, we do like to see it. I didn't find anything else notable on this video, but that's okay. We're already 7 minutes in and you guys are free to go, except that we do a Q&A. And you guys had some cues. We are happy to provide you with the A's. So, yeah, and speaking of liking videos, we don't charge for that. You can just boop, do that. 835, that's a good bunch. We did get a higher than number of views, and I think it's because this title is wrong. Why Tesla delays Android robotaxi app rollout globally? Maybe that's one of the questions we answered. I have gone in and changed it because I mean, it's great. We're allowed to ABC test headline titles.
Yeah, but they should relate to what we're talking about, right?
All of the test ones should ideally have something to do with it because I only was able to find the video by looking at the thumbnails, not by reading the titles. So that's something we need to work on. We can do better. Wait, so when you get a license in Alaska, you start with 3 points on it? I don't know what we said, but sure.
Yeah, I don't know about the license in Alaska. Is it
I
is it
it's
different than other states?
it sounds like a good joke is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Regarding trailer cameras, I was still in my teens when I learned to back up with a trailer. It isn't that hard. It's just a little bit of brain rewiring. I suspect Hardware 4 could learn it pretty readily.
I think certainly that is in the cards as time goes along. You're right. It's when you're doing it manually, you're thinking almost in reverse.
Mhm.
When you're spinning the wheel one way, it's really affecting the trailer the opposite way that you would think normally without a trailer. So yeah,
Mhm.
you're probably right. You're probably right. FSD can probably handle that in the future.
I would agree that the math is very straightforward, that the math is the sort of thing a computer would be good at, but it does have to learn it. Is this hull the beginning of the tunnel boring machine? Now, there was something we had seen in the video that we weren't sure about. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say there's no known plans for a TBM at this location that I'm aware of, because those are really beneficial where you can't use the surface. They can use the surface, the
And in
road surface,
Nevada, there's lots of surface available and it's cheap.
and it's cheap. And really, all they need to do is get the batteries from next door to the factory. There's already a road there. Any visible Tesla semi-truck seen charging around Fremont or Giga, Nevada? So Giga Nevada does have a charger. I don't remember if it's a 2-stall or a 4-stall. I haven't seen them charging recently, but there is one at the back of the other building. Fremont, it's got one. I'm not sure where it is. I don't think I've ever looked for it because
Well, they do run the trucks there anyway. So, but you also know that there is some major charging infrastructure on the route to each of those factories too.
is
So
there?
Tesla could certainly plug those in at another supercharger,
Oh,
or like like for example the one they did just open in Lost Hills, California. It has a hundred and what 68 chargers. I have a feeling that, and they had lots of land. I have a feeling that a few of those are going to pop up that will have a charger that a Tesla semi could use that belongs to the company. I have little doubt.
in the early testing days, we know they had a rig set up to allow them to charge off a regular
Yeah,
supercharger. I don't know if the production models do, but we haven't seen deployment of Megachargers outside of company-owned facilities, none that are public yet. This one we already addressed. Doesn't the ramp look like, maybe the infill was taken out? I'm thinking maybe it's a place to dump gravel or sand to be used in and around the factory. Nah, it's the wrong shape. They would just put what do you call those big concrete blocks like you see
right.
at sand,
Containments. Yeah.
yeah, at sand and gravel lots. How can questions be compulsory, but only if you have them?
It's a tightrope we all walk here. So that's
That
that's the
I
answer to that.
My answer was there you go. Why isn't Tesla offering leases on the Model 3 and Y standard? I think because they don't gotta.
That's the beginning of it. When you introduce a new vehicle, when Tesla typically introduces any of their newest vehicles, it's just standard sales to start. Then they look at what sales actually occurred, what they believe they would be, and they adjust based on that data. So it's not needed at this point. Maybe it will be in the future, but right now they're selling fine.
That is my understanding as well. Low hanging fruit 1st. Mm-hmm. Do human driven semi and trailers need a camera on the trailer? If so, FSD could do it without the camera on the trailer.
I
Uh,
don't believe, well, here in Ontario, it's not a requirement to have a camera on a trailer. It's not a requirement, but a number of trucking companies do put cameras on trailers, and they're usually detachable because the trailers are sometimes not owned by the company. So they
mm-hmm.
want to be able to take the camera off the trailer. They magnetically hook to the trailer, and then they transmit as they're driving to the cab. But I don't think it's a requirement by law, but I think some do it just for insurance or for safety.
Okay. And I don't know the answer to that. So thank you, Mark, for filling in a little bit. What is the news on the Model YL? Is it coming to Europe? They've submitted a spec for a new larger Model Y in Europe with 7-passenger seating. So I don't know. I haven't seen any reliable guidance on that. It is my hope that the YL will come to every market, but if they do, just like in Shanghai, they won't announce it until it's ready to go. If you want to buy your Model Y, I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not going to tell you to wait 3 months. Just go out and buy it, is Tesla's philosophy. So I haven't seen any guidance. Have you?
No, we have seen some undercover Model Ys in Germany, but really we don't know what they are. Like they've been around the factory. They could be Ls. They may not be Ls. You're right. There's no guidance at this point from Tesla, and we're not seeing any clear indication that they're going to be there anytime soon.
The Y and the YL are very difficult to tell apart at that kind of distance, at that kind of angle. Looking down on them at like a 45-degree angle doesn't give me the data I need to make that determination. I do love the people who are saying, I spotted the much smaller Model Y. And of course, it turned out to be the exact same size. Uh-huh. So, how many weeks does Black Friday last? And where does the sun go at night? So, in the US, I think Black Friday is now a 24/7 holiday. I'm not sure.
According to TV commercials, it is.
Feels that way. I mean, we do take a quick break from Black Friday for the President's Day blowout sale. Everything must go. We ordered too much. No, you didn't. And where does the sun go at night? Well, I thought it went to Asia.
Other side of the world. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, at this time of year, we were coming back from the bank today at 4:45 in the dark. That's not fun. I don't care for that.
No, it's not. But the first day of winter is when it all turns around. That's the smallest amount of daylight is the first day of winter. And then from that point forward, we get like 30 seconds of extra daylight a day. So
No. And
looking
we're over
forward to
the
that.
hump. We've got
Yeah.
it. Days are getting longer. Mine certainly feel like it. What is the one big advantage a human driver has when the trailer is jackknifed to squeeze into a tight parking spot? They can get out and look. Interesting. No, interesting. But I would argue that that's because they have to, because they don't have eyes all the way around. What do you think?
I think there's not a great deal of advantages for a trailer jackknifing, and you're driving. That's
I don't think he means jackknifing like at high speeds. I think he means getting into a real tight spot. You've seen videos of
yes.
drivers getting turned around and safely, squarely into a real tricky spot.
Well, these guys do this daily, and after a while, you get pretty good at it. And there's a lot of them out there that do amazing things with 53-foot trailers. And you're right, there's a lot of videos out there showing it.
And this gentleman is asking, yeah, but will they have enough blind spot cameras, or will Optimus need to get out and go, you got it. Come on.
Wait, Jim.
Don't know. We'll find out. As destroying the competition, this is a good one. Doug's got a good one here. As destroying the competition is generally frowned upon in the US, first of all, I appreciate your sense of humor. I know legally you're not supposed to destroy the competition, but it happens. How would you rank Tesla's 3 most and least competitive segments? Oh. So I don't see any of them being an immediate risk of monopoly, of being in an antitrust situation. Most competitive, I mean, electric automobile, they're the most competitive in that for the US, but they have a very small market share of the overall automotive. I guess beyond that, I'd say, I don't know, most competitive, Megapack. But for least, solar.
Yeah, that's a good one for least. They're really not involved in the solar game as per se, really, when it comes to volume at all. But it's interesting that Tesla dominates when it comes to EV sales in the US, in Europe, in other places, but they're not overwhelmingly taking it away, right? We've got a lot of other manufacturers out there that produce EVs, and there's a lot of advertisement, a lot of trade shows, a lot of car shows all about these other EVs. They're selling some, and Tesla is happily leading it, but not leading it by 95%.
Yes. GM was once over 50% of the US automotive market. They were not broken up. Google at one point was 97, 98% of search. They weren't broken up. Now there is antitrust action in Europe against Google, but it's not to break up search. It's to break up the synergies between their other companies being anti-competitive, which I think is probably reasonable. This is a good one. This is a tricky one. Why wouldn't Tesla going into logistics be very synergistic with the truck, automation, Optimus, and energy all playing together? We heard some weeks back that, I guess a couple of months now, that Tesla Semi will be partnering with Uber Freight for logistics, that they will be getting their trucks to the Uber Freight fleet. Why wouldn't they just do it themselves? I had an opportunity to talk with a logistics guru, someone who works at a large company you've definitely heard of that does a lot of shipping. And I asked him, why wouldn't Tesla keep it in-house? And he said, there's too many moving pieces. Tesla's got 3, 4, maybe 5 really good gears on each cog. you need all the gears on each cog. So if you don't have enough of the teeth on each cog, you need to go into someone else's machine. And that's what Uber Freight can provide. While Tesla could nicely provide semis to fill in the fleet, if you were relying strictly on Tesla, you would have either too many semis where they're sitting around idle, or just not enough, and customers would be furious.
Right. So you're that's a good way to put it. You're filling in teeth on a cog in order to get mesh with the amount of loads that are out there, with the right amount of vehicles to move that stuff.
That our teeth on this particular gear are going to last longer than the others, are going to work better, but we just don't have enough to fill the whole thing. So that's what he explained. Now, that doesn't mean they couldn't in the future. That doesn't mean in the future they couldn't dominate all of those things. But for now, it doesn't make sense. Will Tesla add to the battery factory to make 4680 for semi? I feel like they'll have to.
They will.
But we don't know. We were told they were going to expand the factory, 2 years ago now, in a surprise late night announcement, because somebody leaked that the governor was going to be there. So they rushed out to Nevada to hold the event real quick. But we thought the Giga semi factory was going to be built over as part of Giga Nevada.
Right.
And that the battery factory would be filled out in the same expanded footprint. Guess it didn't make sense.
Yep.
That's the latest I know. Okay, I think we'll do one more. Daniel, this one doesn't count. What does the title have to do with the video? Apologies. I will have a chat with the editor about that. He put in 3 titles. The one that had the least to do with the video was the most popular, but I'm with you. Highlander wants to know, why doesn't Toledo have a Tesla Owners Club or an EV group?
That's because, Highlander, you haven't started it yet. That's why.
Yeah, be the change you want to see. I've never started a club like that. And frankly, I'm suspicious of any club that would have me as a member. But yeah, sometimes if there is no club, and do look, but there might be a club that you just haven't found yet. Not necessarily a Tesla club, but an EV club, perhaps. And I'll tell you, every one of those clubs I've talked to, I've worked with, I've attended, have been very open and very friendly. And people go, oh my gosh, I don't have an EV yet. They go, great, but you're here. That's the part that counts.
You have interest.
You have interest. Yeah. And then you say, yeah, I just really love a hydrogen. And people go, whoa, what's going on? I think we need a wellness check. We've had those people show up at events. I don't remember if you were still there at the Muskegon event 2 years ago, when a guy asked a hydrogen question and then before getting the answer, fled.
The murmur happened in the crowd immediately.
He knew what he was doing. A lot of fun. Hey guys, do me a favor, head over to Mark's channel, The Tesla Life. It's linked in the description. They do some fantastic videos over there, and some that I don't care for.
That's true.
That's probably true. I wouldn't know. I don't watch those ones. Everybody else in the comments, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Ask, and we shall try to answer. We didn't get to all of them, but we got to most of them. And everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots. Perhaps in Northern California. I'm going back on the road soon. What's that about?